So here's a interesting printer that, like, I don't know if it's still available on Amazon, but these were $189. Um, there's really only a couple of downsides to this printer. The board is an 8-bit board. It's using a touchscreen. It's using Sunlu's proprietary stuff. Um, you can change it if you want to, but you're going to be making, you at that point you need to do clipper. I mean, basically, but it's got an integrated filament dryer, and it comes with a filament dryer. But if you go to a different computer, you forget it. You're not going to be able to do that. I've read posts from people that tried to. There is this bracket that's out here. I'm going to remix a bracket for this. I don't like this bracket. I don't want the motor in the front here. And I don't mind having the motor in the front, but I don't like it per se if it can be moved over here where I can actually see the extruder. And also when you see this goofy filament runout sensor they have on here. Honestly, I have seen with this printer that the direct drive really doesn't benefit it at all. I didn't see any improvement. So it printed really good without it. So what I don't like about this particular printer more than anything is the fact that I can't see anything at all with this. They have this. They had really great ideas on this printer, but there's a BL Touch in there and some other stuff, but I can't see anything. So it's really, really bad. Now, I could do a few different things. I could just go and swap the whole entire carriage for Creality. Like if it broke, that's probably what it would do. But you could swap the entire carriage and just change it. And then it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But in reality, I think it would be wiser to maybe redesign a cover for this that is less invasive. What's nice is it does have a LED, but you really can't see anything on it. I'm dragging right now. The runout sensor is huge, humongous. It was designed to originally just attach over here, which wasn't a bad place for it, especially considering that you'd have your dryer over here that you could feed through either this hole here or this hole here directly into the thing, and then this was over here. So it's got these little rollers on it to guide it. It's kind of, I don't know, sort of overly thought out. I don't know. They don't usually have rollers on them. I guess it was because it was like the idea was the filament was going to be like bending on it like that from the dryer. So what I do now if I want to feed it from the dryer is I run it up to the spool up here and I bring it back over, which is kind of a pain. I don't really print much of anything on this printer. It's a big printer, and I get the PEI bed sheet for it. And then the one that came with it is like a PC flexible mat, and it works just fine. In fact, I've got it on the pyramid printer over there, and the only reason I didn't put it back on this is because I didn't feel like recalibrating this for a different bed sheet. But I've actually printed a lot of stuff on this, and it does quite well. So I probably should just leave it alone. It prints. I mean, you have if you print it 50 millimeters, you'll never have a failure. I don't think. I don't think you could really make it print fast with Clipper because of the fact that it has that 8-bit board. But I might be wrong. I don't know. So I'm just doing after unclogging some brittle PLA out of this thing that I was trying to use up this crap here. I'm gonna just have to throw that stuff out. That's what I hate about PLA. It broke off down in the extruder, but it was sitting there, and it was blocking, and I couldn't unclog it, and then I couldn't figure out, because, see here, I can't see the back of my extruder. So that's another reason why I don't like this in that direction. So what I want to do is I want to rework this with one of these brackets and just put it over here. This particular thing doesn't really share anything with Creality. It's got some other type of hot end that looks more like what's on the Neo, maybe. But if we look at where we're dropping down over here, where I can't see the screw on this one, but I think it's right there. So we're not right at it like we would be on F3 Pro. And then let's see what in the back. We're not coming at it like we should. So on this one here, I'm gonna check what I do have, see what I do have, make some adjustments. And I have this one here, which is an adjustable bracket. So that might actually be the answer here. Didn't come out the greatest. So now the difference is that this one here has the sensor, and they did design this so you could attach it. But it's super flexible, and so there's going to be a little bit of flex. I don't know if you guys can't see that. So it's pretty flexible. So something like this would definitely not flex compared to this. If I actually could just, mount a thing for the sensor down here. Well, I think that would probably be better, rather than having it on top of the thing, like the pyramid style one. Which, actually, see how small this one is? I like this one. It's nice and small. I just need to get a smaller runout sensor, and it would probably be, super easy. But I'm just dealing with what I got without buying extra parts and making it work. So, I like these ones better. And it's like they're kind of looking at the same idea. This one's another goofy design, because this thing is like front and forward compared to a Creality. Way out there. So, every printer's got different designs, and I guess that's what the beauty of the Crealities are, is they're all pretty similar. But I mean, you see how close it is to the bolt. So this one's pretty close to the bolt, and the thing don't line up quite right. So when they did this bracket, they didn't quite get it correct. It's fine because it's not really on top of the extruder, so it doesn't really matter anyways. So we have a little bit of problems when we print with this thing. You get a little bit of that, but I mean overall, it's. I don't know what that is. I don't know if the bed was caught on something. Doesn't look like it. I've seen it do that once or twice before. I wonder if there's something down here obstructing it. I think actually it was probably caught on the corner. Just like that. Probably. I mean, it's all it would take. So I don't know if that's part of that fail or if it's just still printing it. But there's just a few things I'd like to change on it. I mean, it's not really important. It's fine right how it is. So I probably should just leave it alone. Other than what you just saw it do. I've had it do that before, and I think it was just getting caught in the back corner. The cover would be nice to just get rid of. So maybe I can come up with some kind of design to, make a fan holder for the front and back fan. It's getting stupid with me. I think it doesn't know where it's at anymore. See, it just did that. I'm like, what is that? But that looks normal. Huh. So what I would use this printer for would be to print like rails, protection rails for a radio. They could print one-piece rails. But I think I would probably use the SVO 6 Plus instead. Just because I think it probably prints better and faster. Although I don't know. So I mean, this is a cool printer. I think it's one of the printers that if you really only needed a couple printers, you wouldn't probably keep it after a while. But if you needed to print a bunch of things at once, then it's cool to have it, I guess. Because you can set it at 50, and it'll just do what you want it to do. It'll just take all day. So I need to see what I can come up with for that. And I think it's really just a matter of trying out a few of the brackets I actually already have. And the hole right there on these is to accommodate this particular screw usually, or in the case of this, on the back. And I don't know that even has that problem. So I think on this one, I don't even think that that's even a problem. So with this one, I think we just pull everything and put one of these, whatever one, you can try whatever one fits, if one of them fits. These are all clocked, similar. Basically, unless this relationship is too far, where it's going to drop down this extruder, then I'll have to go into Tinkercad and modify it. But as long as the axis looks the same, and I think it is, because you can see the tube is pretty close here, and you can see that it's pretty close there. It looks to me like it's spaced about as far forward as on Creality. So, I mean, we're not dealing with something like one of those where it's like really far forward. So I think that really I could, if I just decided I want to make one of these brackets work, get the damn vacuum cleaner out of my way. This one should probably fit, but there is this lip part here that could be an issue. I don't know, but we'll find something that fits it. This is actually I wish it had printed better, but it's for this one. And the touch bracket, kind of a minimalistic approach, but I would have rather seen it go all the way across. But it would sit like that. Now, I might even be able to use something like that on this. It uses basically the same sensor. So, I'm going to let it finish doing its thing. It looks like you can see there's a shift. It hit something and shifted, so we'll let it do its thing, and then I'm going to take everything apart and try a different bracket.